and welcome back to Hertha Hero with Hertha Berlin on Football Manager 2020 with me, Foggy Plays. Today we're taking on Young Boys in the Champions League group stage. As you can see, we're three games into the Champions League group. We've won 2 and been beaten once. That one defeat is to Liverpool, fairly obviously because they're unbeaten. Other than that one defeat, we've been in quite good form, I want to say. Since last episode where we beat Celtic 5-2, we've gone on to draw. That was the last episode. We went on to draw with Hoffenheim, 1-1, Carlos Mina getting a goal, and then against Mainz, 2-2, Carlos Mina and Kayo George scoring. Then we got beaten by Liverpool 5-3. As you can see, they scored in the 92nd and 93rd minute, which was just not ideal. But Kayo George scored twice for us, and Xerxes scored against Ingolstadt. Kayo George banged in a cheeky little hat-trick for himself. Martin Zak got sent off for handball when there was really no need for it because we were on the verge of scoring, but he decided, pop his hand out, shoot me. And he got himself sent off, which was just fantastic. We still managed to do pretty well after that, scoring twice more. Yeah, we scored twice more. Then against Schalke, we beat them 2-0, Kayo George with a brace. Then against Young Boys, at home we beat them 4-1. Kayo George scored a goal. Arne Meyer with a brace, and Garvidal scored. We did change tactic for this. Yeah, we changed. Did we change tactic for this game? We did. Yeah, we've changed our tactic just a smidge. But you'll see that in just a second. Will you? I think you do. Yeah, I think that's the formation I've selected. We beat Cologne 2-0. Bruno Queiroz, the Brazilian wonder kid, got himself a goal. And Kayo George scored. Then we beat Nuremberg in the Pokal second round 2-1. Queiroz got himself sent off, but Gracier and Mina both scored goals. Then against Frankfurt in the last game, we beat them 4-0. Szoboszlai with a brace, Esposito and Michael all scoring. Szoboszlai has decided he no longer wants to leave the club, so he's scoring some goals again. And Esposito's goal in this game was his first in, I think it was 11 hours or something like that. It was a while. It was a long time since he'd scored. But for the Young Boys game, this is how we're lining up. No, we've gone back to the original tactic. We were originally playing this, so we had a DM, but Bruno Queiroz, who I've given a new face to, he has picked up an injury. He's going to be out for 5 weeks. Don't really have any other DMs apart from him, so we're just not going to play with a DM. But we do have Bingham in goal, Alec and Michael as our wing backs. I can move. Jorginho and Garvidal are going to play as the centre back partnership. Jorginho starting to come back into first team selection again. Szoboszlai and Arne Meyer are going to start in central midfield. Szoboszlai is going to be a deep line playmaker because Arne Meyer has been quite good as a box-to-box midfielder recently. Gracier is going to play on the right with Velasco on the left, Kayo George and Esposito playing up front. We have 2 very, very good strikers playing up front, so I don't see an issue with this one. Gracier has been playing on the left a good bit recently, but we don't have a right winger because Carlos Mina has picked up an injury as well. He's been away for 8 days with his injury. Velasco only starts because Melchior forgot to make him unavailable for the under 19s. Yeah. If it wasn't for that, he'd be in the team today. Johnson Fryer has got a new face as well. He is, after playing a couple of games, and he's been decent. Been pretty decent, I have to say. But he's sitting on the bench today. 32 million. We spent 62 million on centre backs that don't play games, and our centre back partnership cost us a sum total of 16 million because I paid 10 for Jorginho. I paid 10 for Jorginho. I paid 6 for Garvidal. They're keeping the expensive boys out. Is that Paul Dummett? It is. Paul Dummett is playing at centre back for Young Boys. We should be okay. This is a Young Boys team that has our Rios Novo, Martins Pereira, the Luxembourg legend is starting on the bench for them. They also have Moise Keane, or some people pronounce it Moise Keane or something. But yeah, media have been quite happy with us. I think we're on an 11-game league unbeaten run. Our only defeat this year so far is to Liverpool, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, our only defeat this year is to Liverpool. Forgot to show you the league table. We're sitting in third place, 10 games into the season, 3 points behind Stuttgart. We are still, as I said, unbeaten. Us and Borussia Dortmund are the only teams that are unbeaten at the moment. St. Pauli have finally started losing games. They've lost 4 in the last 6, I think it is. Frankfurt have managed to win a game, but Freiburg and Nuremberg are unwinning teams as well. Bayern Munich are sitting on 2 defeats at the moment. Ingolstadt, might I add, having a fantastic season. I was somewhat surprised when I saw Ingolstadt were doing so well. But that is the joys of Football Manager. Random teams appear that are doing really well, and you're kind of wondering why. So Esposito, big ball over the top. Esposito, Rios Novo makes the first save of the game. Yeah, so it was our first shot. We're only a minute in. Velasco with the ball in. None of our players get there, but Alec picks it up. Alec has speak of the devil. Oh, we don't really have a right back on the bench. Gentile's going to have to play there. I was going to say, Alec has been struggling a little bit recently with being a little tired. So I've been rotating him with Horvath, who have been exceptional. I'm considering making Horvath unavailable to play for the under-19s because at 16 years old he is quite possibly our best right back. And Esposito's shot smothered by Rios Novo, who didn't have a great time against us last time, conceding 4. But now it's a scramble and we had a player offside. Okay, well, Rios Novo is playing quite well so far. Garvidal heads just over. If we can just get the ball on target, we'll get it past Rios Novo, because it's Rios Novo. We know Rios Novo. There you go. Spilled it. Esposito with his 9th of the season. The fact that we've gone away from the 2 strikers up front for the last 5 or 6 games has meant that he's not really played that many games. And when he has, he's been on the wing, which I know a lot of people will be very disappointed. But we did play with an attacking midfielder for one of the games, and it didn't really work because Velasco is not a very good footballer anymore. I think we've moved away from Velasco quite rapidly, the same as we did with Alvarez. I think that winger's name was that we had for a while. We had Alvarez, and he was quite good for a season or 2. Pretty much the same as Cleanisa. We've just kind of moved beyond the wingers. Most of our wingers are strikers now. And Gracier gets a shot blocked by Rios Novo. Coming up on half time, only being 1 up. Still, I'm a little surprised, but at the same time, it's not a terrible result. I do really want my Icelandic striker to get himself a goal because I think he could be good. I'm also considering Pueblo from January because he should really be getting first team football with us. I'm going to tell the lads that I am not happy. Velasco is very, very close to being taken off. Nyato, you might notice he isn't on the bench today, where he spent quite a considerable length of time recently because he wants to leave. He said he's not getting enough first team football, and I kind of agree. So Nyato, who it wasn't last season, it was the season before. I think when we won the league the first time, he was very heavily involved in that. He hasn't been remotely as nearly involved as he has been He's going to be sold in January, hopefully, along with hoping Velasco. Esposito is stepping up to take a penalty. Can he make it 2? Of course he does. It's Esposito. I'm also considering selling Koulibaly because he has been just a little annoying recently. He hasn't played a whole bunch of games and he's demanding first team football. I don't really want to play him because we have better options. It was something I knew when we signed him, that it was a risk bringing him in because he's old. He's going to want first team football, and I wasn't really going to give him first team football because I think we've like 7 centre backs at the club that I would consider playing at centre back. So he was never really going to get too much of an opportunity. He's one of our highest paid players as well, but we can afford to pay players what we want. It's just a case of getting rid of him, I suppose. Now, Koyo George just puts it under Rios Novo. Going to give the lads a bit of praise. We are 3 up now against Young Boys, and we'll have a look and see how the table is at the moment. I forgot Paul Dummett was playing. Celtic are being beaten by Liverpool, so that's not surprising, I want to say. Supposedly, Gracier gets cleared. Gentile, Gracier. Oh, he's juked his man. I had a look at Gracier's attributes. He is definitely not an inside forward. He is very much an inverted winger. His crossing. Yeah, it was Gracier. I need to have a look at that in a second. Liverpool are 6-1 up. I just saw in the corner there. That's insane. Jorginho, Arne Meyer. Since going box to box, this is the quietest game he's had. Esposito, move him out onto the wing. He still scores. That's his hat trick. We are 4-0 up against Young Boys. He's going to drop a bit of praise. I don't think I can. Yeah, I can now. Let's give the lads a bit more praise. We have brought on the Icelandic striker. I might just change his name to Hulk, because I think his name is like Hulkson. Might as well just call him the Hulk. Gentile gets it across, and the Hulk gets an assist. Esposito, his 12th of the season. He has absolutely dominated this Young Boys team. How very unfortunate for them. We're going to make our final substitution. Garvidal, been a bit off form today. We're going to bring on Johnson Fryer to take his position. I do want to get Johnson Fryer into the team more. Tobito, not so much. He's played a couple of games and he's made more than a few mistakes. And I don't know who that was that had that shot that hit the crossbar. But we've come out 5-0 victors. 30 shots, 16 on target, 5 clear-cut chances, 5 half chances, 53% possession, 10 corners. We dominated everything. We even hit the woodwork more than they did. We had more long shots than they did. Well done. I'm hoping that injury, or potential arm injury, hopefully it's not a broken arm. Whatever happens, Horvath is going to be removed from the under-19s, because kind of forgot we don't have another right backs. So we've already guaranteed our place in the next round, which is fantastic. As have AC Milan and Real Madrid. To be fair, they've been matching results with each other constantly. 7-1. So it's going to be a case of Young Boys versus Celtic in probably they're playing each other next, I think. So it'll be those two duking it out to see who gets into the Europa League. But we're 2 games to spare. We're already guaranteed a place, and it's not as bad as it could have been. 6 weeks with a fractured lower arm, so we're going to have to play our 16-year-old Czech beast at right back. Obviously not ideal, but it's not the worst thing that could happen. This guy, a little bit more training. I'd say giving him the first team football, he has every chance in the world of becoming an exceptional player. So we're going to give him that opportunity because, well, we don't really have a choice now. But just before I forget, you're no longer playing under 19s football. You're going to be coming into the first team at the tender age of 16. I'm not sure why he can play at 16 and other players can't play. Is it because he turned 17 during the season? I'm not sure. Anyway, next episode, as we've already said, is going to be the away game against Liverpool, which is in the not too distant future. It'll be our last game. Yeah, our last game of the league, of the group, is going to be against Liverpool. So if in the next game Young Boys can beat Liverpool and we win, we'd be even on points. And then it comes down to the final game of whether we can beat Liverpool to top spot. We need to do a demolition job on Celtic and not concede. That needs to be done. Right. That's the end of the episode. If you have enjoyed, please do make sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Share with all of your friends. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!